great, but great to have you out and to have you in our home. So usually when I do these talks, I ask the audience, have you been to Harlem School of the Arts? But I see so many familiar faces here. This is already your home, so I don't need to ask that question. You all probably been in here several times, and you're our family. So it's just grateful to have you in here again. So what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about our programming, and I want to introduce you also to our outreach director, who essentially her and I work together to bring programming to Harlem and beyond. And so let me introduce her first, and then I'll talk a little bit about it. Her name is Ann Kim. She's right over here. She's our director of strategic partnerships and outreach. So you'll see me and Ann a lot. You know, the idea is for us to work with you and just celebrate Harlem and bring arts programming, high quality arts programming, which I know all of you do as well. So we're just grateful to be in this fold and grateful to be with you all. Okay, so I'm going to ask Don to put, oh, he's already done it. As you can see, and you probably saw coming in, that we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. Really excited about that. We had our 60th gala, or we had our gala on Monday celebrating our 60th anniversary. It was successful, and we're really grateful to continue this year celebrating the building, celebrating our students, and celebrating our founder, Dorothy Maynard, who created this institution 60 years ago, understanding the transformative power of the arts. All right, I'm gonna see if I can do this. I know I only have 5 minutes, right? So is someone gonna give me time or something like that? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna kind of go in chronological order. I've got a good number of slides, so I'm gonna go quickly. Something that we were doing at HSA, which is deep and powerful to me because I come from a jazz background and as a trumpet player, is our monthly jam sessions. We've already done 2 this year. We've had some incredible artists. Our first artist was Camille Thurman. If any of you know about jazz music, you know Camille Thurman. And we also had the great Erwin Hall. And tomorrow we are having one of our TAs and an incredible vocalist, Alicia Waller. So please come out. This is for the community, it's for students. We've had students come and perform, our students come, and we've had community members as well. So if you play an instrument or if you want to just check it out, please come. That's 5 to 7:30 tomorrow. And then we'll have our last one until we go into the next fiscal year on June 21st from 5 to 8 p.m. Our summer camp, which is one of our biggest programs, I would say, of the year, is happening from July 8th through August 16th. We engage about 350 to 400 students for a 6-week program that gets split up into 3 sessions, so 3 2-week sessions for this program. This is an introduction for students who are interested in the arts and have an affinity for the arts and are still trying to decide where they want to go. So we offer programming with all of our disciplines, that's media design, dance, music, theater, and musical theater, all in one in this 6-week program. We're also fortunate to partner with West Harlem Development, and Mr. Ziad is here now, to offer scholarships for that. So if you're interested, yes, if you're interested, please contact us. We have scholarships opportunities for students 5 through 12 for this program. Summer Jazz Intensive, again, I'm thankful to have this. This is our first year doing it in probably like 6 years. Essentially, this is going to engage students who are interested in jazz music, who have had a couple of years of experience on their instrument or their voice, and can pass the audition process. It's from ages 12 to 18, and it's a 2-week program that will engage in jazz music, learning the history, the curriculum, and learning the skills on your instrument. Musical theater, this will be the first time we've had a musical theater summer intensive. These are for students who are interested in musical theater. At HSA, we have so many students who are interested in musical theater, so this is gonna be a popular one. But if you know anyone who is interested, it'll be a 3-week program. We have an incredible teaching artist and actually full of teaching artists who will be teaching this, and there'll be a final showcase performance at the end of this intensive. Our media and design department is also having an intensive. Our media and design students are incredible. This year they got to work with H&M, where they designed hoodies and t-shirts and they sold them. They also got to work with a couple of law firms, prominent law firms in New York, and they've just really been killing it. So this is designed to just heighten and enhance the skill of students who are interested in media and design and drawing, comic book, paints, print, you name it. Summer Theater Intensive, we also have an incredible theater department led by Mercedes White. This is going to also engage students in honing their craft, learning how to act in different styles, learning to develop their skills, and this will also follow with a culminating performance at the end of the year. And our theater students are at the end of this intensive, I should say. Our theater students here are incredible as well. They've done things like Cinderella. They also recently were in Sister Act, which was a performance we had all week last week as well. So they're incredible. So encourage anyone you know to come and join this if they're of the ages 11 through 18. Our last intensive, our summer dance intensive. Many of you may know our dance department here is incredibly strong. Our dancers have done things like work with the Rockettes and be featured at Radio City Music Hall, to being featured all around Harlem, performing and supporting different programs in Harlem. So we've been having this dance intensive, I think, for the last 10 years, and it keeps going strong. Incredible teaching artists and incredible staff for this. So please pass this around to all your constituents. Okay, we have a new partnership with Goldman Sachs. We're doing a volunteer day at HSA June 17th. 10 a.m. Goldman Sachs is bringing volunteer employees to come and help us to make our courtyard behind you look better, and also to do some painting as well. We are opening this up to the community, though. We'd love to see you and have you help us make this building more beautiful, and there'll be food, there'll be fellowship, there'll be everything. So it looks to be a good day. So if you're available, please come join us. And lastly, we are celebrating Juneteenth. We are working with AKA Tau Omega chapter, and we are going to have a Juneteenth celebration here at Harlem School of the Arts. Fortunately, this also coincides with the Multicultural Festival that happens on June 22nd, like right outside our doors, if you've ever experienced it. So it's going to be an incredible day. You can join outside and see some of the performances and work and see the vendors there. We'll also have performances from students and faculty inside and vendors inside as well, and a whole bunch of games, and it should be a great day. So please come join that as well. All right, I think that wraps it up for me. Thank you so much, and again, good to have you here.
Thank you, Lee Hogan. And now we're going to have remarks and updates from Harlem Arts Alliance members and guests. And Ziad, you are up first. So we're welcoming Ziad Ramadan, Executive Director from West Harlem Development Corporation. Please use those words. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see you here at the Harlem School of the Arts, one of the most impressive institutions, and I believe in the city of New York, with a staff of experts. When I mean experts, I mean concert musicians and professional thespians and people who know the industry so well, that when they teach classes for our youth, they are well manicured and well positioned and to ensure that the youth of this community get the best education in those fields. So every time I see, whether it's a theater works or vocals or acting, you're getting the best training here in our community, which is really a blessing. The West Harlem Development Corporation focuses on ensuring that the not-for-profits in predominantly West Harlem or other not-for-profits that serve predominantly the West Harlem community based on the community benefits agreement thrive. And we have just announced last week the community-based grant for 2024. This is about our 8th community-based grant. It's $2 million worth, and we're giving not-for-profit organizations in our community $5,000 to $30,000. You can apply for up to $30,000, depending on your needs, depending on the size of your organization. And we want to make sure that not-for-profits in West Harlem continue to thrive because they serve the people of West Harlem. Now, this is a grant across all genres, whether it be economic development or the arts or housing. And so we welcome all organizations or all social services to apply. And what we look for is to have an impact in the community. If you're doing, for example, CODA's here, and if they're doing women's services, right? If you do financial literacy for young women, that's a brilliant thing. And we want you to educate the most vulnerable, and we want you to educate and enrich the people who need the help the most, because we uplift our community together. And all the different kind of services, whether it be in the arts or anything else to benefit West Harlem, we really appreciate. I really wish our name was West Harlem Community Development Corporation, because everybody thinks we're building buildings and we don't do capital projects. That's nothing we have gotten involved with. But the closest thing that we did, and I want to bring it up because there might be a ribbon cutting coming soon, is that we helped resurface the artificial turf in Annunciation Park on 135th Street and rebuilt the track. The reason why, so we partnered with the Parks Department to do that because hundreds of kids play on that turf every single day. And the old one was there for over 20 years and was actually slippery and dangerous. So we really felt it was important for whether it was kids coming out of school, the soccer league, the lacrosse league, the flag football league, and all the baseball leagues, and the Uptown Inner City League, who plays there annually and have been there for over 30 years, are on a safe surface in our community, and our children have a safe place to play that is modern. So we really, we're very happy about partnering with the parks 50-50 to rehabilitate that institution. We also, I think this is very important for our community to know, we have in-kind services with Columbia University. So there are venues inside Columbia University, theaters, conference rooms, meeting rooms. And if your organization has a special event, this is not like, book us for every Thursday, every month of the year. No, it's not your monthly meetings. It's a special event. We're having a board retreat. We have 12 members. We need a conference room. We can help provide free room for your organization. If you're a theater organization and you want to produce an event with 200 people, we can book a theater for you. So go on our website, which is westharlemdc.org, and you see a lot of these opportunities to help the local community. And that's what we do, and we really love doing all the work that we do. We feel like Santa Claus. I mean, I feel like Santa Claus 365 days a year, but with, but we're not afraid to say no if there are some unreasonable requests, like, we're gonna do a production for 20 people, could you book us that 400-seat theater that costs $10,000 a day? And we'll go, maybe there's a better place for that venue. And all of the, the guidelines in the community-based grant are in the application. You must meet the guidelines. If you don't meet the guidelines for whatever reason, we'll communicate with you. I think all of you probably know Joanna Castro, our programs director, and she'll be in communication with all the applicants to ensure that they understand the application requirements, et cetera, because we do want success. We do want to uplift our community. We do want to enrich things. And I just want to say one last thing again about HSA, how proud we are to work with them. We have seniors programs that we're rolling out. We have youth scholarship programs. We've had our venue here for, when we invest money, we want to do it in our community. So we had our board retreats right here at HSA, in one of the rooms, because we want to make sure that any money coming from our organization gets put right back into West Harlem. So thank you very much. I appreciate all of you coming out. I got soaked in the rain too, but you know what? It's worth it to be here. It's worth it to be with you. Take care. Good day.
Thank you so much, Sia. And next up, we have Pretty in Pink, Alethea Brown, President. Alethea's original artwork.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings. So thank you for that. My first grant was with West Harlem Development, and that was May of 2013. Veiled Unlocked did their presentation of a series of talks up at the Children's Art Carnival. So I am what you said. So we can start with this. I'm giving you a recap and I'm shifting gears on what I'm going to be doing towards the end of this. So, I gotta touch buttons? You're making me work now? All right. So, I'm hitting which now? The arrows? Yes. All right, thank you very much. So I was at Rahway, New Jersey, because Harlem is everywhere, right? It's not just a geographical thing, it's wherever I take my feet. So part of what we did at the Rahway YMCA, it's like a tongue twister, was they had an exhibit of young people's art on display, and that was the opening night at that location, and ongoing for 3 weeks. They have in different spaces that businesses allowed them to showcase, and they had myself and the other two artists that are beside me on the top photo. We were there to do an art talk with our work beside us on an easel to inspire and impact the young people about being entrepreneurs. So them seeing their future in us being on that stage and platform was another way to motivate them. The photo of me next to my painting and the mother and son was them coming up to me after the presentation was over and sharing a story about how all of her sons, and this is the youngest of her three that she mentioned, are in the arts, and hearing some of the things that I said that you don't often hear people talking about outside of the classroom really inspired them. So we follow each other on Instagram now. So that did the job it was supposed to do. Am I doing this the right way? Huh? All right, you can switch to, thank you. All right, so the recap of in May 3rd, the next day I was back in Harlem at Grace Congregational Church of Harlem, just up the block from here. Thank you, Jose, for coming through. You see him down there in the photo with us. So they had a musician playing the harp. They had visual artists. They took the pews out of the church for us to put the art in the church. So really to the next level they went. And Watercolors Gallery, Watercolors with a K, were the presenters on either side of the aisle, and then we from Harlem were in the center of the room. So we got a chance to showcase our work, engage with the community, do a host of things. Like I said, artists coming in so many different directions now in a non-traditional way. This was almost like a version of the Harlem Fine Arts Show, and Kwanzaa, kind of the way that the room was set up and moving that day. So that was the second year that they did this event, and this was the first year that I participated. Next slide. So the torchbearers, and I give kudos to Lizette because she did her thing with that event. You see the smiles on our faces. It was a good time had. I'm giving kudos to Vosa and all of the legacy builders when he had us in tears giving that torch to this young man, Koa, about what passing the baton is about really, is legacy building and preserving our culture. So that was a wonderful evening with everybody hugging and taking photos. So I just wanted to make mention of it. Next slide. This month, I, as a business, turned 35. So May 9th, 1989 is when I launched Alethea's Original Artworks. That name was registered up in Yonkers when I was living there, and I was doing Grant's Tomb and Harlem Week from back then. That was how full circle this goes. This month of May has so many different moments for me. It's like another birthday. So happy 35. This young lady was singing at our February meeting, and she just graduated from Columbia University. I and DJ Masai were at her graduation with her family celebrating. I always look to celebrate young folks doing the work. She's not only just performing, but she's performing. So kudos to Jalicia for graduating from her master's. This is 2 graduations, 2 years in a row from Columbia. First her BA, now her master's. And she's a voice to be reckoned with. So she'll be performing with us on stage for the 50th anniversary of Harlem Week, singing her heart out. And she's working actually on an album with DJ Masai. That's why I put that picture, so you have the face to remember. There's so many moving parts to these stories. Next slide. And last Saturday, I did it again in Rahway, New Jersey, right across the street from the Y. They have, the woman who gave this event is a contractor's engineer. She's one of those few women in a room of men who do contracts for buildings and construction. And so she has an organization called SAS. And it has to do with inspiring women entrepreneurs. So she crowned 3 women who are entrepreneurs doing their thing out there in New Jersey. She had us celebrating our businesses on the table. So I had my art novelties, and the young lady who's holding up the calendar that bought that for me, she was one of the ladies that got crowned, and she has 2 event spaces, and she's a mom, and she's doing all these dynamic things that we don't often get to see each other in those spaces. So kudos to that luncheon that I did in Rahway on Saturday. Next slide. DJ Masai and a fellowship of friends that he grew up with and myself, we've all known each other 30 years or more. And so we're doing a Father's Day soiree, so you can move those limbs, dance a little, celebrate Juneteenth weekend, the pre-weekend, if you will. We're doing it up in the Northeast Bronx. And the gentleman who also is giving us the use of the space is a tech person also. He donated the space for us. He renovated actually this yard space, though it looks like an event space, and it's amazing because it doesn't look like you're even in the Bronx, much less the city. So for an afternoon from 2 to 8, we will be for free. You get to come uptown with your Harlem feet and dance some. I actually just booked the Icy Wagon to come up there and give us some treats. And so DJ Masai will be playing some music, and there will be a wellness corner because I also booked 3 massage therapists, so you get to have reflexology and massage. So we want to celebrate, I'm gonna say that twice, men, fathers, sons, brothers. You get to have the day to be celebrated and the focal point being put on you. It's not just Mother's Day that we're giving that lift. You can't do this community on broken feet. So I want to have you get up and celebrate the men that we know and yourselves. So that is on Father's Day, June 16, 2 to 8 p.m. So be there and be square, because I like shapes. Next slide. So this Juneteenth is again the fourth year that I'm celebrating Juneteenth at the Montclair Museum with Empower the Village. They're a data-driven organization that looks for the stats on the disparaging things that happen to Black businesses to help them find a pathway to uplift and thrive. So they have this fundraiser exhibit every year. My work sells. Woo-hoo! And so that means a portion goes back to them, community. And these are the pieces that they selected for me to showcase and sell for this year's exhibition. It's a 2-day event, the Friday and Saturday, the 14th and 15th for Juneteenth at Montclair Museum. And so these are my works on burlap and leather and paper and to be continued. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alethea. And next we have Amaya Noel Higginson, Artistic Director, Mama Foundation for the Arts.
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. I am so excited to be at the Harlem School of the Arts. I represent Mama Foundation for the Arts, and we are a performing arts school as well as a cultural arts institution nestled in a 5-story brownstone on 126th Street between Lenox and 7th. The school was an outgrowth of a show called Mama, I Want to Sing. And our executive director is Vi Higginson. Yes, she's an incredible legend in our community. I'm a native New Yorker. I was born in Harlem on 114th Street, in a place called Women's Hospital back in the day, but now it's Mount Sinai. And my mother actually first had her labor pains in a building called Boys Harbor. And some of you may know Boys Harbor on 104th Street and 5th Avenue. And at that time, my mother didn't think, well, before the time, my mother didn't think she would get pregnant. And she actually had a miscarriage. And my mother and father had written down the story of my aunt's life, Doris Troy, into a musical, and they kind of shelved it because she got depressed when she had that miscarriage. And then my father got her up off the couch and said, let's pull this script off the shelf and let's try to motivate ourselves to do something creative. At the time, she was still on the radio, WBLS, if you guys remember that. But they dusted that script off and they went downtown to Broadway and Broadway shut down. They said, you're not good enough. You are too Black. There's a church on stage in your show. You don't have any pimps. You don't have any hoes. It's not going to work. So they took every last dime and they went around, and finally that building, that Boys Harbor building, had a theater inside of it. And the person who ran that theater was Joe Papp. If you know Joe Papp, he is the founder of the Public Theater that's downtown, the famous Public Theater. Well, she found the old Joe Papp Theater, which is housed in Boys Harbor. She opened up, which was closed for many years. There was like chains on the door, right? And she opened up those chains, and a puff of smoke came out. She looked around, and in that moment, she decided, I'm gonna be an elevated visionary. It was dirty, it was nasty. If somebody came in there, they would turn their head away. But she went in on her hands and knees with some family and friends, started wiping the floors down, put the toilet paper in and all of a sudden, she decided to put Mama I Want to Sing in there with my father. Well, nobody came in the first couple of weeks, and then people got word that this show was their story. And they saw themselves in their story, in this story. And then the busloads started coming from all over the country. and they were shocked. So when she had her first labor pain, she was shocked because the doctor told her she couldn't have a baby, and then I was born all of a sudden into this creative space, right? Mind-blowing. What a blessing. You don't know what parents you're gonna have. You don't choose your parents. But years later, I became a creative being. I went to music school. I kept everything local, graduate of professional performing arts school right on 48th Street. Went to Manhattan School of Music. And then after that, my mother said, well, we created this Mama Foundation for the Arts to preserve our history of our African-American music, right? And that started in high school for me. It's founded in 1998, so we're 26 years old, an arts institution, 26 years old now. So after she created that, I graduated, I went to college, and then I went on tour, and then did some incredible things as musical theater. And then she said, what are we gonna do with this Mama Foundation Arts Institution? I think we should create something for young people. And we created this idea called Gospel for Teens. Gospel for Teens was created to preserve the history of our African-American music, starting with the gospel, and then making sure that it's preserved through the next generation. So we put an ad out on the radio, because she was still on the radio, and hundreds of young people started coming during that time. And then that programming at Mama Foundation grew, and now today it's called the Mama Music Program. And what Mama Music has grown to be in our arts institution is a program that serves young people at no cost to them or their families with free arts education to the entire 5 boroughs and the outer states of New York City. And we serve 50 to 75 young people. We take in 50 to 75 young people twice a year on scholarship by audition. Our young people, after the program has turned 18 years old this year, has now grown into a space where we serve our young people with elevated opportunities. So the young people who want to do it the most, we make sure we put them into platforms that they can be paid for their artistry. So lastly, I'm just going to end with some of the things that we're doing now and some of the platforms that we're building, that after 25 years, we have become a platform building arts institution. And one of our partnerships is the place called the Red Rooster Harlem. And we started there when the doors opened. They knocked on our door because they knew Mama Vi had the music, we had the cultural arts. And Marcus Samuelson and his team said, we want you to bring in the culture to our restaurant. 14 years ago, we never looked back. We established the longest running African-American gospel brunch in New York City, 14 years. Every Sunday, we've never missed a Sunday at Red Rooster in that amount of time. We want y'all to come and hang. It's not just, I know Marcus Samuelson's known for his international, stuff, but we want everybody local and community to come in and experience that gospel brunch, because we be killing it every Sunday, right? And out of that 14-year partnership, we've expanded into Red Rooster, and at Red Rooster, this is a little secret nobody knows, it's going to be growing very soon. There's going to be a big renovation in there, and it's going to be changed into more of a cultural arts space where everybody can come in. We've established Monday nights, every single Monday. Out of my production, we do a soul night every Monday at Red Rooster. And how it connects to Mama Foundation for the Arts, I take my growing young people, most who start at 12, and make sure that they are funneled into these platforms and they're paid for their artistry, which is so important. So you're gonna see them at the Gospel Brunch, you're gonna see them at Soul Sessions on Monday night. Our other platforms are Soho House. We have a residency at Soho House, you can see them there every single month. And yes, thank you. Lastly, the new partnership is with the Renaissance Hotel Victoria 5. The last town hall I had, I brought in the managing partner, his name is Mike. I want you to make sure you visit the Victoria 5 restaurant. They're doing some great things there. The chef is good, the food is good, and you can see myself and all of the students that we've trained in our training program there every Friday at the Victoria 5. Come talk, Lee Hawkins, I'm so glad. I gotta say this one last thing. I'm so proud of you coming into HSA. I know that we had a relationship. We did an incredible arts We had a partnership with Tommy Hilfiger, and they came in for Fashion Week, and Mama Foundation funneled all of our talent into that fashion show with Law Roach, everybody know Law Roach? Yes, and so Lee Hogan's was one of our saxophone we hired, and we brought in the entire community. So love you, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Trumpet, please. And next we have Curtis Archer. And Emma Rose Oria, President and Project Manager, Harlem Community Development.
And you know what, Wadi, stay there, don't get up, Wadi, please. So literally, I got a couple of things. First of all, we did steal community. So we're Harlem Community Development Corporation. But unlike West Harlem Development Corporation, we did do some development. Tell me that you guys have heard, of course, of the Apollo Theater. Okay. What about the Victoria? And soon to be the National Urban League site. And what can I say about those three institutions? We own them. And Moses, why is my wife very, very happy about, of course, the National Urban League? Because she's going to be getting a Trader Joe's. Yes. So Harlem Community Development Corporation. How many guys, how many are Harlemites? Okay, thank you, okay. So of course you have heard about, of course, Harlem Urban Development Corporation, correct? All right, so we are the successor. We came into being in 1995, okay? And just so you know, because you know, a number of people are claiming their lineage in terms of being Harlemites. I'm not from Harlem, but this is not Wakanda. It's the freaking BX baby. That's where I'm from. But my two sons, they can actually claim they are Harlemites, you know. But I've been a Harlemite since 1980, you know. And I took this job in 2006. So I have served so far, not one, not two, but 5 governors. Can you make that? And it was for one project, it was for Victoria. As a matter of fact, Gargano, he called me in his office and said, "Yo, Curtis, you're doing this deal, if you can write your ticket." Well, 5 governors later, and I'm still above ground. Can you say it's finally here? Finally here, yes. And you are so right, Noel. That's a damn good chef. Because remember, this is the 3rd chef. When they open it up, we have the brother who was behind the Harlem Biscuit Company. He's the chef at the Victoria. So yes, give it up. So Harlem Community Development Corporation. Remember, we're in 3 different areas. Of course, if you are a landlord and have a home, right, and you want to get a grant to improve your building's energy efficiency, contact us. It's called the Weatherization Assistance Program. We are the only state agency that runs this program statewide, okay? And our catchment area, of course, is 96th Street going north to west 178th Street, river to river. And also we have, oh my God, I'm about to jump ahead here. We have, of course, the small business services program. And I'm really excited because in June, we're gonna have 2 exciting things that Eames is gonna tell you about. But what's gonna make EMA even more popular than even UCI, we got grants too, okay? That's right, we got grants too. And our grant program is open until October 31st. And why did we have such a good time on Monday? And Lee, you should hear this. We had a good time because we were hanging. Can you say Bridgerton, baby? Bridgerton, yes. We're out there. However, Lee, I just had on a suit, man. Come on, man. But my wife, she went all in. As a matter of fact, she even ordered to Amazon. She got her long gloves. She was working it for sure. So we have those grants, and Eve's going to tell you about that. In addition, if you happen to also be a small business owner, we can get you MWBE certified, okay? And it does not cost you anything. Remember, it's your tax dollars at work. And we have embedded at Harlem CDC, Brian Cook. Okay, Brian Cook is the certification analyst. But if you know what, hit me up and I'll get you Brian's number. My number, of course, is 212-961-4156. And Alethea, do I answer my phone?
No.
See, See, this is what happens when you do live events. You never know what's gonna come out. So no, I do answer my phone. See, I do answer my phone. Please tell me. Come on. Oh, wow. Kitty Rose, do not answer anything. But yes, so my name, like I said, is Curtis Archer, but I give you really the star today. That is Ema Rose. Yes, give it up.
Hi, everyone. I've been known to go over my time with these things, so I'm going to keep this very short and sweet. Thank you, Curtis. I joined Harlem CDC about 2 years now, and I have to say our grant program is really here to provide support to the Harlem community. We are here to not only uplift the arts and culture sector, but all different sectors and areas and the different things that make the Harlem community so special. So if you know of any nonprofit 501c3 organization that is based in Harlem or that is doing work in the Harlem area, please share this news that we have our grant program. Like Curtis said, it's open now. It closes October 31st of this year. And one thing that we do, want to specify, of course, is that we also have grant guidelines. There is eligibility criteria, and what Curtis and I are doing, and when we go around to meet you all and to, go to these town hall meetings and speak to organizations, is to make sure that you all know about these eligibility criteria, especially the ones that are relatively new. For example, for any organization to receive state funds, you have to be pre-qualified with the statewide financial system.
Can I just be registered?
No, you cannot just be registered. You have to go through the pre-qualification application and receive that status. Before, this was through Grants Gateway, which I don't know if any one of you is familiar with this. That has switched now since January 19th of this year. So that is now currently under statewide financial system. For those of you who have pen and paper, I can share the email address for the help desk if you want more information. This is a separate state entity, so we unfortunately can't walk you through that process, but we do suggest if you have any questions about pre-qualification, to contact them. So their help desk email is helpdesk@sfs.ny.gov, and their phone number is 518-457-7717.
Can you say that again, please?
Yes, of course. It's helpdesk@sfs.ny.gov, and the phone number is 518-457-7717. So this information is actually found in our grant guidelines. You can find that on our website. Our website is not pretty. It's esd.ny.gov/harlem-community/developments-corporation. So what I would suggest you do is pick up a flyer that we have outside, or Google us. Yes. I'm sorry about that. That's out of our hands.
I'm giving you my number. Hit me up. Regardless of what they say, I answer my phone. What's your number?
Yes.
212-961-4156. And you notice I didn't say 4100. That's a general number. I'll give you my number. Man, I'm such a tough crowd.
Yes.
But you know what? I almost forgot.
Yes.
Take down June 4th. Okay? And that means you guys were so right. Can you say the Forum? The Forum, which is one of Columbia's newer buildings, right? We will be having a small business expo in partnership with SCORE, NYC, Harlem Business Alliance, the Columbia Harlem SBDC, Small Business Development Center, and the New York Women's Chamber of Commerce, okay? That's on June 4th. Then, for those of you interested in purchasing a home, a condo, a car, we also have embedded at Harlem CDC, we have Pedro Hernandez, Ben, a HUD certified counselor, okay? And in partnership with who? With the Harlem Congregations for Community Improvement. We will be, and also the Greater Harlem Real Estate Board. We will be having a first-time home buyer counseling expo, but also a financial literacy expo in partnership with it. And that's going to be happening on Saturday, June 22nd. Once again, the Forum. Right?
Yes. And there's flyers out front too if you want more information. Thank you all so much. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us, whichever way. Probably by text, apparently. But we're here to help, and especially too, what I do want to stress is any newer organizations out there, especially in the arts and culture realm, please encourage them to apply.
Hit us up, please. We not taking the money with us. Remember, these money, and see, I can verify this. These are funds from Columbia University to go back into the community, like funding the Mama Foundation and other organizations. Heck, DMA, baby, that's it, that's right. All of those particular organizations do know the power, HSA, know the power of Harlem CDC, and literally the funds that can flow from this particular initiative. I thank you.
Thank you. And next we have Minister Cat, AKA Kitty Woods. Producer, Kitty Rose Lifestyle.
Greetings, family.
Greetings.
How you guys doing today?
Good.
Legacy, creativity, and unity with elevation. I met Princess Jenkins when I first came to Harlem in 1998, the same year she formed or created the Women in Black organization. Sidebar. So, I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised, but I've lived in the Bronx for 25 years. So my middle son says, please stop telling people you're from Brooklyn because you live in the Bronx. I said, no, you're from the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn. But when I came to Harlem in 1998, this community embraced me and helped me grow, not only as a woman, but as a business. So when it talks about legacy, when we talk about creativity, when we talk about unity with elevation, I am elements of that because of what you have shown me and given to me as a businesswoman and as a woman, with mentors, with supporters, with love, with dollars. You guys have supported and funded my business that allowed me to be a full-time at-home parent while running my business now for over 15 years. When I first met Princess, I met her at the Harlem Venture Group, which was also funded by the Empowerment Zone. That's how far back I've been getting some money from Harlem. In 2011 and 2012, I joined the Harlem Arts Alliance. And as a member, I've had the opportunity to present and inform you guys of what I'm doing on a regular basis. And sometimes when we come to these meetings, we feel like we're seeing the same familiar faces each month. But I'm here to also tell you that it's interesting to see how you guys also talk outside of the meeting. Because those that are not here still talk about what happens at the meeting. So even though you think that it's the same faces, it's really not. I've gotten so many opportunities from folks that heard about what was happening at these meetings and then shared the message. So don't get discouraged as a new member or as a new person or as someone who's come to the meetings in the last 3 or 4 meetings and see the same faces, because surprisingly so, we talk. And we talk amongst each other and we verify each other. So if someone is curious about someone, they ask the community, you know that person? You know that person? And your reputation, in addition to showing up, will exceed, is that the right word? Exceed what you think you're just doing at these monthly meetings. So I mentioned this because of unity. That's why you guys do what you do. That's why we do what we do. Based on the love of community and the love of unity is why the Harlem Arts is as old as it is. The New Heritage Theater is as old as it is. Because of the longevity and growth and consistency of intent. Does that make sense? Because we know there's a lot of organizations that come and go because the purity is only on words. But the unity gets felt each and every time we congregate with each other. And each and every time that we share what we're doing with our business. Because as a business, we are still creators. And sometimes we don't know how to differentiate the two. Sometimes as creators, we forget and take off that business hat. But we've learned over the years as creators how to sharpen our business skills and how to sharpen our business visibility. So in doing that, the unity I was shown allowed me to be creative and over the years showing growth in my business. When I first came to Harlem, I was a wife to a designer. Then when I ended that marriage, I became an earring artist, earring designer, denying the artistry. And then when I met Kim Hamilton and did the Gallery Art Stroll, she introduced me or reintroduced me to Miss Alethea Brown, who I know is tired of me always putting her on the spot, but introduced me to someone who changed the way I thought about how I need to present myself so that I can adapt in every environment that I wanted to be in. So if I know that I want to be an artist now, how do I, as a business, put on that artist hat? How do I now make what I'm doing into art? So my earrings were wearable art. From that, I started doing television, videography, Now here in 2024, I've invested once again in myself, in my business, where now I'm designing my first collection of women and men, but more women, unisex t-shirts, which now I'm calling wearable art t-shirts or wearable art statement t-shirts, because I've always been someone who just didn't want to design something, but wanted to create a purpose. So in everything that we do, whether it's art, whether it's television, whether it's whatever, clothes, earrings, what is the purpose or the intent behind what we're doing, what we're selling, how we want people to feel when they wear or view or be a part of what it is that we're doing. So on June 13th, from 1998 to 2024, Princess Jenkins, along with Harlem Blues Group, is coming together once again to do the Women in Black Conference at the Victoria. And this year's theme is elevation. So as I elevate and grow, we're always being told as business that we need merchandise, that we need more products than just one thing to sell or to make money or revenue streams of our business. We're always getting encouraged, do that, do this. You know, you have to have more than one bones in the basket in order for you to make money. And what I realized is that, okay, but why not find what you do and in what you do to create those multiple streams of income? So if in what I do in creating statements and purpose is where I can now learn from the other artists that I've been around for the last 25, 30 years, how to create quality garments that reflect style, color, but purpose, that is now what I'm doing for 2024. So here's a slight little video to show you guys what I was able to do out in New Orleans to celebrate and invite you all to join not just women in the Black, but businesses in the Black, more geared towards women in the Black, to support and join us in congregating, just like church. Because what church does, and the purpose of church is to encourage us and to uplift. Because we're fighting a battle sometimes that is, not sometimes, that is all the times hard to do on your own. So when you come together and you congregate, that builds us up so that you know that you're not alone. That builds you up so that you know you can fight another day with a support system with the Holy Spirit that is granted and given to you. So this is like a form of church where we come together, congregate, encourage, uplift in unity, in creativity, in legacy, in elevation. Amen. about it, or you do know about it and you have not gotten your tickets yet, I encourage every business, especially our Black women in business, to go to the womeninblack.org, whether it's on Facebook, their website, their Instagram, sign up, find out how you too can get involved and be encouraged and elevated by other businesses that look like you, that's going through the same things that you're going through and have found ways to still navigate through this trickiness of running and operating your own business so that we can still encourage each other and keep going in elevation. All right, guys? Thank you, Rosa.
Thank you so much. And next we have Michael Palmer, Executive Director of West Harlem Arts Alliance.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me yet again. I just have a couple of announcements, a couple of exciting programs that we're doing at the end of this month, for the month of June. On the May 31st and June 1st, we are partnering with the North Manhattan Arts Alliance and the Organization of Latino Artists to offer very, very affordable, almost practically free headshots. If anybody needs headshots, I know Zia, you need a headshot. And if anybody else and artists need headshots, we're offering them and we're going to be producing them at Noma Studios up on 177th Street in Broadway. There is a $25 fee just to keep the registrants honest and have them keep to their appointments. But this is a wonderful opportunity. I know that we recognize that a lot of artists in our community need headshots, and so what we want to do is offer them an opportunity to get a very nice, professionally done headshot for a very, very reasonable price. So that is going to be May 31st and June 1st. Slots are filling up. Right now, you can go to olaofficial.org to make your registration, to sign up. You will be able to also get the same information on our website tomorrow, but you can only register at the olaofficial.org website.
Is that spelled H-O-L-A?
H-O-L-A, sí, Organization of Latino Artists, official.org. We're going to have a whole bunch of exciting programs, and I'm going to be very enthusiastic to announce them at the next meeting in July. You have a July meeting, June. Okay. For now, for the month of June, we are partnering with the Montefiore Park Neighborhood Association, Arts Jazz Fest in New York City, and we have a representative from that organization here, Gwendolyn Black. And I am Chelsea, along with Partnership for Parks and New York City Parks, to offer our second annual Montefiore Park Free Jazz Fest. Now, for 4 Saturdays in June, starting June 8th, because June actually has 5 Saturdays. June 8th will be featuring straight ahead jazz and progressive jazz. On June 8th, we'll be featuring Charles Butler and the Blues Bandits. June 15th, a progressive jazz group called Tableau. June 22nd, Craig Holiday Haynes and Friends. And on June 29th, Billy Gibson and her progressive jazz stylings of her songs. We hope to, in July and August, continue the free jazz at Montefiore Park. And hopefully we'll be able to partner up with Harlem Late Night Jazz in order to continue that program, hopefully funding willing. So thank you very much for your time. I look towards the June meeting to announce a whole new series of programs that will be starting in June and July and August. And thank you very much, Zia. I don't know if you all know that the West Harlem Arts Alliance has been or is being incubated by the West Harlem Development Corporation. So once again, we have Zia Mohamed to thank for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now we have Martin Collins, Uptown Arts Stroll Coordinator, Northern Manhattan Arts Alliance.
Welcome, everyone. Good morning. I want to thank our good friends at the Harlem Arts Alliance, Boza River, TJ, thank you, and all of your team. I especially want to thank you for joining us just 2 nights ago when we had a very successful concert here with Afro Dominicano at the Harlem School of the Arts. It was a well-attended affair and a joyous evening, thanks to everyone and a wonderful 8-member band that joined us that night. We will have our 22nd Uptown Arts Stroll opening reception, which will take place on Friday, May 31st at the United Palace from 7 to 9 p.m. We will have some wonderful entertainment by local musicians. We'll have some wonderful food from our local restaurants and beverages, and we invite you all to join us. It's free, so I want you all to join us and bring your friends Friday, May 31st, 7 p.m. to the United Palace. We also have 7 honorees. One of those honorees is here today, and that is Ziad Ramadan, Executive Director of the West Harlem Arts Alliance. And we also want to thank Ziad and the team at WHDC for co-sponsoring and for underwriting our wonderful entertainment here by Afro Dominicano just 2 nights ago. In addition to our opening reception, the art stroll is going from 125th Street to 220th Street this year, and it will feature a number of events. I'm just going to highlight 4 of them that I think people should be aware of. We will be back again here at the Harlem School of the Arts on June 10th, Monday evening at 6:30 p.m. Our Harlem School of the Arts will present Ode to the Black Fiddler at 6:30 p.m. It's free and open to the public, and we invite you to join us. We'll just up the road, 10 blocks north of the Hispanic Society Museum for some Latin and Brazilian jazz on Monday evening, June 3rd at 6:30 p.m. with Annette A. Aguilar and the String Beans. Call it cross-pollination of neighborhoods. Sugar Hill Salon will perform at the United Palace on Monday, June 17th at 6:30 p.m. And then finally, up north in Inwood, our neighbors' Jazz Power Initiative, which encompasses all 3 neighborhoods with musicians from Harlem, Washington Heights, and Inwood. They will perform at the Nagel Avenue Y at 6:30 on Monday evening, June 24th. Then our closing reception for the art stroll will take place, again, just 10 blocks north of here on the short side of June 30th on Thursday, June 27th, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Hispanic Society Museum and Library, and we invite you all to join us. There's flyers with all of that and much, much more from the Northern Manhattan Arts Alliance on the table. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
If you didn't notice, the smooth voice is actually a professional announcer.
And now, also celebrating 60 years of Jazzmobile, we have Robin L. Stevens.
Looking at my watch, so I say good morning again. It's still morning. Good morning, everyone. So glad to see you all. So glad to be here. And I also just want to really give a moment of true, sincere thank you and support and congratulations to Boza Rivers for all that he has done for each and every one of us in our community. Jazzmobile has been able to grow the way that it has because those of you who know me know that my middle name is partnership and collaboration. And when I first went to someone, it was Boza Rivers, and he said, girl, I was going to get ready to call you to say the same thing. So we've been working together consecutively since I first joined Jazzmobile 22 years ago. Oh, God, how did that happen? But anyway, I'm really glad to be here. And as you can see, Jazzmobile, our mission is up there, I hope, yes? Yes, okay, great. And that, of course, is NEA Jazz Master, Dr. Billy Taylor, who is our founder, who had the initial idea, there we go, to create this wonderful opportunity for our community. He and Jimmy Heath were playing jazz downtown in the clubs, and it said it bothered them that they never saw any Black and brown people in the clubs. This is 1964. And the reason was, as they figured it out, was that it was a social justice issue, basic, pure and simple. It was economic justice. The prices downtown made it prohibitive for our community to go downtown to hear their own music. So then by the following summer, Jimmy Heath and Daphne Arnstein said, well, this is easy. We're gonna present free programming throughout home. And then it grew throughout the 5 boroughs. So we're very excited about our 60th anniversary for the founding of our organization. And we're looking forward to what's happening next. Speaking of next, And as you can see, we have lots of support. Some of this, a lot of it, of course, is financial support, but a significant percentage of what you're looking at goes to my middle name. These are the collaborators. These are the folks who we do cross-marketing with. So they help to beat the drum for us, and we do the same for them. And we actually do see the difference when we get that kind of support from our own community reaching out. But I also want to pause for a second to give a special thank you to our family at the West Harlem Community Development Corporation. When we had an idea that we wanted to expand and create a new core program, and we're going into our 4th year, so now we do call it a core program, and that is Jazz Mobile Sessions that we have been doing at the Interchurch Center, and we've done pop-ups in different restaurants throughout Harlem. We've been to Sylvia's, we've been to Chocolat, we've been to Ponte Bistro and others. And if it wasn't for West Harlem Development Corporation, we never could have gotten it started. I came to Joanna with the idea, and she said, well, put it in a proposal and I'll see what we can do, no promises. But she made it happen, and Zed, thank you for keeping it going. And of course, I cannot overlook the chairman of the board, Judge Milton Tingley. The vision the three of them had together, the way the three of them work together in our community to make, I'm going to speak to arts, culture, and I'm going to say education. They really do make it happen. And what makes it, when you're raising money all the time, you got to explain it all the time in great detail. You do it, but it makes your job harder. But when you're talking to the three of them, you can talk in code because they get it already. They know how important it is to support our community. So I wanted to really give you guys a genuine thank you because of that first grant, we've leveraged it and we've had other sponsors come on board. I'm looking at one of them right now in front of me from the Harlem Community Development Corporation. Thank you, Curtis. And the other core supporter of this one is Con Edison. Those are the three that stepped up so we can continue it after that first year. And June is coming up next. And of course, that is Black Music Month. And we do have several programs coming up in June, and we're doing it again with our partners. The first one coming up is on June 7th. You may have already heard about this one. We're doing it in partnership with the Harlem Chamber Players. It's the Duke Ellington's 125th birthday celebration, and we're calling it Duke Ellington in a Symphonic Mood. And it will be 3 classic orchestras. Now, 2 of them are what I call European classical music symphonic orchestras, and it'll be 42 musicians on that stage. And then the other classic group is America's classic music jazz, Mr. Wycliffe Gordon and his quintet. They're coming in from Georgia just to do this particular evening. And it's going to be 2 hours of not only Duke Ellington's music, but Duke Ellington, as those of you may already know this, he considered himself a musician. He said, they tell me I'm a jazz musician, but you may have heard this before as well, there are only 2 kinds of music. Good and bad. And he said, hopefully I'm making good music, but if you're gonna call me color jazz and pay me, I'm okay with that. So at Jazz Mobile, we call jazz America's classical music. And another little tidbit I'd like to mention about jazz music. Whenever anybody hears symphonic orchestra, they always think European classical music. If you look at the definition of symphonic, a jazz orchestra by definition is also a symphonic orchestra. So I just want to make sure that just about we elevate our music to the level that it belongs. So on the 7th, please support this event. The tickets are only $20. And you're getting 2 hours of music, 2 symphonic orchestras, 1 small symphonic band. But it's going to be an amazing, amazing night of music. And if you go to their website, you can see more information. If you can take out, I'm sorry, I said next. You missed it. That's all right. There you go. I said, why don't they see what I see? But you can scan that QR code from where you are. It'll take you right there. You can order your tickets now. If you are a senior citizen, if you are a student, and you can be both, right? So there you go. Your ticket is only $15. And the $15 tickets and the $20 tickets start in the orchestra. So you can't beat that with a stick. So please, I'm going to look forward to seeing you. I'll be at the front door saying hi to folks as they come in. And I am taking a visual photograph of everybody's face, so I'll be looking for you. And if I don't see you, the next time I see you, well, I'm just saying. Okay, next. Oh, this I'm very excited about. So this is, there are a lot of centennials this year. Max Roach for one, and the Sarah Vaughn Centennial is also this year. So our collaboration on this one is with New Heritage Theater Group, Bryant Park Picnic Concerts, and as you can see, we have Miss Charmaine Wade, who's actually, she's flying in from out of town as well, just to do this concert for us. So we are, again, very excited about it, an hour and a half. And as always, the price is right because it's free. So again, make sure you show up for that. It's going to be a really exciting concert. Normally she does a trio or a quartet, but for this one, she's bringing a septet because she wants to do the music right for Sassy the Divine Woman. Next. Okay, and of course, July through September, we will be back with Summerfest. And I'm going to come back in June to give you more details about that. But of course, my collaborating partner is once again New Heritage Theater Group. We've got so many things that we're doing together. But some of the highlights are, of course, Great Jazz on the Great Hill. We've got the Charlie Parker Jazz Festival. We're collaborating with several other organizations that we're going to be showing films along with concerts. We're going to be presenting a orphans, let me get it straight, it's a children's orphan group from Liberia. We actually presented them, again, thanks to our friends at West Home Development Corp. We presented them at the Interchurch Center a year and a half ago, and they were absolutely amazing. So by popular demand, we're putting them this time in Marcus Garvey Park. So it's going to be really exciting. And we're also going to be presenting as part of the Harlem Rome Festival series at Marcus Garvey Park. They're going to be one of the sponsors of that one, along with New Heritage Theater, as well as the John Coltrane Festival. That's also be coming back, again, in partnership and collaboration with our friends. Next. So this is the new 60th anniversary Jazz Mobile logo. As you can see, I'm sticking to my brand, and with the good help of Linda Walton, we found a fancy way to do 60. And so that's going to be what you'll be seeing starting in July. And those are just some of the artists that we'll be presenting, and you may know them from left to right. A personal favorite, Mr. Alan Harris. Miss Tammy McCann, and a former Jazz Mobile student when he was 11 years old, and he also was a student at Harlem School of the Arts, King Solomon Hicks, who plays a mean blues guitar, and the lovely lady on the end, again, is part of the Jazz Mobile family, Camille Thurman. She really kills it on that saxophone. And I also, before I step away, my time is up, I just want to also acknowledge here a lot of jazz that's happening in Harlem these days. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who is doing what you do to keep the music playing. We've been doing it for 60 years, but it was never the intent to be the only ones in town. And all of you are proving that you all can do it and do it well. You're keeping the music playing, so please keep swinging. Thank you so much.
So much, Martha. And now we have writer and performer Luther Isler, Harlem Bomb Shelter.
Good, hold on, it's still. I don't have to watch on. Good morning, everybody. Oh man, I always love being here. It's super awesome, super great. So for those who, everyone knows me. For those who don't know me, I am Luther D. Isler, poetically known as the artist Anubis, founder and executive director of Harlem Bomb Shelter. It's really cool being in here. I have actually not been in Harlem School of the Arts in 20 years, which is crazy. I am a little bit older than I love it. And what's cool about that is I did like my first play. I was in a play called Your Good Man Charlie Brown, and I played Linus, and I walked around with a blanket all the time. So that was fun. And now I am promoting my own one-man show. And it's called Broken Mirror. We did our first production on May 4th, and it was really, really good. It was really good. And one of the things that's most nerve-wracking about the first show is no one knows what it is, right? No one really knows what it is. No one's talking about it. But we not only sold out, we had to add more seats. So in our next production, we're doing a bigger theater. We're going to be at the Salvation Army Sanctuary Center theater. And so far, this is the last one is going to be in Harlem. So if you want to see, you want to know what's going on, you definitely want to check it out. I have flyers up at the front. I was trying to decide when I was going to do a piece from it because I cracked the tooth, so right now like my mouth is swollen, so it's crazy. So I'm kind of like battling what I want to do, and there's a battle inside me between how I want to live and how I want to be remembered. The introvert feels alone in any room that's crowded, but the noise hurts less than the silence. The extrovert wants to be the loudest noise in the room so that crowd shows up to my funeral. I wonder what stranger, fearing friends more than strangers, or wanting to be famous, not caring what the cost of fame is. When that abominable imbalance bubbles up inside, I feel like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm Mr. Hyde. My skin is tough, that's my hide. I show up whenever he wants to hide. Sometimes I just want to be alone with my thoughts. My thoughts aren't worth being heard. Being heard like cattle into organ grinder, my organs grind to a halt. My stomach as it boils my heart at the thought of being on stage. Anyone can sing in the shower, but when you sing on a platform, will they shower you with praise or place you on pedestal just to burn your naked body, lifted just to fall like Icarus? Icarus was a fool. He flew too close to me. For I'll be the sun, be burning bridge, be blinding and flashing lights, be superstar and nova. My wings would wax poetic, my wax would never wane. My feathers be quills, dripping in ink, tattooing my bars on your brain. I'll be soliloquy, stitched in silhouette. I'll be the beast and the vet. If the moon be koi fish swimming in Black Sea, I'll be the fishing rod. If a picture could tell 1,000 words, I'll be the camera and the tripod. I'll be a god. Why am I like this? This groundhog burrowed in the belly of my own foreshadowing, overshadowing what might be with much frightening. Frightened, I'm living to die, only to wake at my own wake, because the truth is trapped inside our dreams. That's why we lie awake. I want to dream forever, loved by the goddess of the moon. She would birth my poems like children and cast sleeping spells over their bed. Because every poem needs to be written, but every poem doesn't need to be read. I'll be ready to die, no biggie. I catch all my W's like butterflies and one big L, that's my legacy. I want fans to blow kisses and haters to pop smoke. Before I take off, they will remember me, that's my Nipsey Hussle. Everyone will remember what my name is. Everyone is destined to die, and everybody doesn't have to be nameless. No one deserves to be forgotten, deserves to fade away. So relying on mind and remember is a layup, that's how you win the game. Life's not a game. That's why you focus on winning, I suffer. Sucker, you lame. The climate's change, the flame I just utter. When we're on stage, I'm afraid I just stutter. When he claims to be a winner, I feel like a pretender. I just want to be remembered. I just want to remember me. There's a battle inside me between how I want to live and how I want to be remembered. And my heart is a mirror, and you'll forget what you see the minute I walk away. So, you first in the next show. You can find me and information at theartistanubis.com. On Instagram, it's Broken Mirror OMS, as in one man show. Broken Mirror OMS. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Next up, we have Robert Carter, content creator, Harlem Arts Alliance.
Okay, wow, that's a lot to have to come behind. Boy, you still got the mic hot over here. How y'all doing, everybody? Good, we all made it here, made it through the storm. We're all good. My name is Rob Carter. I'm Harlem Arts Alliance YouTube content creator. Yeah, we're actually filming now, so everybody say cheese, you know. Yeah, I don't know if they have the,
Yeah.
you got it? Okay, so really, I wanna just, you have to start the channel?
Now we have a video.
Okay, we can do the video. This is the new intro video that you'll see once you go into the channel, which I hope everybody goes onto the channel, subscribe. It's Harlem Arts Alliance NYC. But this is the newest updated intro video that you'll see when you go on Replay.
The Harlem Arts Alliance was founded in 2001, led by our chairman, Boza Rivers, a local, national, and international impresario for the advancement of arts and culture, whose experience includes award-winning production of theater, film, music, and live events. At the core, Harlem Arts Alliance has cultivated a dynamic membership-based artists and arts organizations. Harlem Arts Alliance plays an essential role in the lives of emerging and established artists by helping build the resources, networks, and capacity of its richly diverse membership. Our membership includes 400 plus individual artist members and collaborators. At the core, Harlem Arts Alliance has cultivated a dynamic membership-based artists and arts organizations. Harlem Arts Alliance plays an essential role in the lives of emerging and established artists by helping build the resources, networks, and capacity of its richly diverse membership.
Thank you. That was a nice little creation put together. So again, it's Harlem Arts Alliance NYC on YouTube. I would like if everybody can, when they get a chance, subscribe. We have cards in the front with QR codes on there. If you go to the QR code that says get updates, put your camera onto it, it will bring you right there, one touch, and you don't even have to look for it. Thank you, everybody. And with that video, there's a little secret that we know about that video, folks, that when I get to know you better, I'm gonna tell you, just remember, I'm gonna tell you, there's a nice little secret that y'all is very interesting, you're gonna love this. There we go, see, we'll tell you in June, so everybody come back in June to find out the secret behind the video.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Deanna Ortiz, Exhibitions Manager, Children's Art Carnival.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Robert. That kind of helped because, you know, singing into that little piece, and me have to come up after that. Good morning, everyone. My name is Deanna Ortiz. I'm here to represent the Children's Art Carnival. Thank you, Rosa, for the opportunity to be here. A little bit about the Children's Art Carnival today. We are a Harlem-based not-for-profit committed to providing creative experiences and resources to advance cultural and artistic development in Harlem. Operating from our townhouse in historic Hamilton Heights, we are a hub for the arts in West Harlem. We support our community's emerging and established artists and encourage creative engagement with community members of all ages and backgrounds. I myself am an alumni of the Children's Art Carnival. I started there when I was 12 years old. Pretty much continued there all throughout my college experience and always gave back and volunteered my time at the Children's Art Carnival. It's a very, I think, an important place for the community to be aware of that they're still here. And we provide a lot of exhibition opportunities. We have a lot of workshops that are not only for kids, but also for the adults. So for the parents looking for a night out, where that's about to come to, you know. You get to learn new things, you get to learn, again, in printmaking, drawing and painting, all number of sorts of things. I do have a few announcements I want to mention about what we have coming up. For starters, we have a portrait competition. It's a call to Black women artists for portrait commission. It's the first time I ever saw your face. Harlem invites Black women artists from Harlem and surrounding neighborhoods to create commissioned portraits of young Black girls aged 7 to 18. The project aims to highlight Black girlhood and provide visibility to Black girls in their communities. Selected artists will receive a fee and must submit completed portraits to the Children's Art Carnival in August. The portraits will be a part of the First Time I Ever Saw Your Face Harlem exhibition that will be held at the Children's Art Carnival, and it'll become a part of the Color Girls Museum permanent collection. So we have some more cards at the front that you can pick up, and they'll give you all the details, and it has a QR code that'll take you directly to the application. Another thing we have happening is we have our exhibition right now is called Identity Threads. It delves into the cultural belonging and personal heritage in Harlem and Washington Heights through diverse perspectives and practices. This exhibition explores equity, representation, and artistic integrity within communities of color. As celebrating identity, it prompts reflection on cultural objects shaping selfhood and belonging. I myself curated the show with Leopold Vasquez, and the show is up until June 16th. You'll be able to see it in person on the weekends from 12 to 5, during the weekdays by appointment. Next, we have watercolor workshops that are happening on pretty much on the weekends. There's 2 sessions happening, one for families and then another one for just for the adults. And something about the portrait show, going back to it real quick. The open call has been extended. It's been extended to June 28th. So there's a lot of time to apply, but we also have a registration information session on June 6th at 5 p.m. And we have a artist bio workshop for creators facilitated by Richard Burroughs, and we have that coming up on Sunday, June 9th from 1 to 3. So if you're interested and you need some help writing an artist statement, it's a great workshop to attend. They're usually very well attended. The last one we had, I believe, was for, I think they were writing bios, and also going over one for like grant applications, so like helping you with your writing with that. Very successful workshop, lots of people attended and really benefited a lot. So that is on Sunday, June 9th from 1 to 3. And it's in person and it's at the Children's Art Carnival, which is right there. And last thing is we are having our fundraiser coming up. We have a GoFundMe that we put together. So if you come to the carnival and you've experienced something there and you want to support, please feel free to spread the word and let us know. But we would love your support on that. I think that's it for me, and thank you all. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. And next we have Lashana Clark, President, Bradhurst Merchants Association.
First person that gets to say good afternoon. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lashana Clark. I've been called worse, so that's fine. So the Bradhurst Merchants Association, we've been formed through HCCI. I think Curtis Archer spoke about HCCI. They've been doing work within the community. They have about 35 storefronts, and so because of leasing space to small business, they said, let's form the Bradhurst Merchants Association. So what is Bradhurst? 140th and 7th Avenue to 155th in Bradhurst. This is called the Bradhurst District. And we support business. I've been the president the past 10 years. And so, thank you. And if you come to a meeting, what we offer is our assistance and help with your small business. So we work with Princess Jenkins and Women in the Black. That's once a year. But we meet the last Wednesday of every month, with the exception of July and August. Because everyone is in Martha's Vineyard those 2 months, so no one is here. But, you know, there's times that people call us. We did a walkthrough of community businesses yesterday with the city of New York, small business services, to say, hey, Harlem is vibrant. This is a vibrant community and neighborhood. We're above 125th Street. We need the focus of all New Yorkers and community residents and participants to say, hey, we have to support local. One of the things I will tell everyone is I was born also in the Bronx, and I went to college in Hampton, Virginia, and when I came home to work, I worked in Connecticut. And so I worked in Greenwich, Connecticut. And I was there and I was like, wow, I'm going a lot of places and I don't see any brown faces. So I came to 125th Street and I was like, you know what, I'm not leaving. And so I've been here ever since from that experience. But what I will say is that any place I've ever gone, everyone knows where Harlem is. So someone said, we're not just Harlem in geography, we're Harlem in spirit and soul. So anyone who comes here feels the same thing that I felt, and they take it back home with them to Sweden, to Iceland, to Europe. But the thing that signifies Harlem is small business. So all those people that have created a business and say we need a compliance department, right? We need somebody to advocate for us when we want lease negotiations. We need someone to know who to speak to how to set up our pricing for what we're selling. That's what the Merchants Association is here. So you probably have never heard of the Bradhurst Merchants Association, but I see a lot of people in this room who have been in our meeting. So we have a meeting next Wednesday, because that's the last Wednesday of the month, May 29th. We are always hosted by HCCI, Harlem Congregations for Community Improvement, and we're at Pettione Plaza, 203 West 146th Street. That's between 7th and 8th Avenue or Adam Clayton Powell and Frederick Douglass Boulevards. So I hope to see you all next Wednesday. We start at 8:30 because we're business owners. We figured by the time it's 10 a.m. you need to go to work. So we start early, and we hope that we see you all there. And if I am a small business owner as well, which is why I became the president of the Merchants Association. I'm the owner of Sudsy Water Laundry and Dry Cleaning. So I'm speaking from a space of knowledge and how hard it is to operate a business. So we make a commitment to the business like we make to our children and our families. It's 24/7, it's 7 days a week. And so we do need someone to turn to call and say, hey, how can I fix this? Because the problems happen every day while we're still working. So we're here to honor those people, and we hope we see you next Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lashina Clark. And next we have Bindi Patel, Senior Manager, DEI, Metropolitan Museum.
Good afternoon, everyone. I actually have a couple of colleagues with me too that I would like to allow themselves to introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, my name is Tanisha Morrison. I am the Community Engagement Associate at the Met. It's about my third week there. So I'm really new, it's actually a new position, but just a little history on me. I am a social impact government relations consultant. I just came from JFK Redevelopment, which is an $18 billion program doing all their social business and community engagement. And I'm really, really happy to be here. Thank you.
Good
afternoon, everyone. Hello. My name is Inzalay Johnson. I'm the Associate Educator of Creative Practice at the Met, and I'm also a Harlemite. Have to say that because we're proud. I work primarily in regards to artistic practice and slow practice, so a lot of studio workshops, open studios, and offsite engagement as well. So I'm really happy to be in here with the community, a lot of familiar faces. Thank you.
So, hello again, I'm Vinny Patel, the Senior Manager for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Our areas work really, really closely together. And so first, thank you for inviting us into your home and your community, as we are not located here in Harlem. I'm a new Harlem resident, 5 years, so I've enjoyed a lot of what y'all shared today. But as you know, the Metropolitan Museum of Art is a little bit south of here, but it's still accessible from Harlem. I take the M2 to work every day. But we just wanted to come and share a little bit about what we have and how we can build connections with your work and the people that you serve with our museum. So for those of you who aren't familiar, we do have our location on Met 5th, just downtown a bit. And then our second location is the Met Cloisters, which is the largest medieval museum ever, in Fort Tryon Park, so in Washington Heights. So we have over 150 years of art, presenting 5,000 years of art from around the world, anywhere from Egyptian to modern art. We hope everyone to come experience and enjoy. We want people to come and have conversation, dialogue, be inspired by what we can present. And we've been working really intentionally in thinking about the presentation of our galleries and how we talk about the histories of the peoples that we are presenting. And so you'll see new things in our museum on an ongoing basis with our permanent galleries as well as our temporary exhibitions. So as you may know, admission for New Yorkers is always pay what you wish, and it is free for all kids under 12 years old. So you can, if you've been to the Met before and you've come in and you've gone to our pay what you wish line and it's really long, you don't have to do that anymore. You can now do pay what you wish online. So you're able to just go to our Met website and purchase or donate what you want, $0 to whatever, and reserve your ticket in advance of your visit so you can avoid those lines. So in addition to our permanent collection, we have anywhere from 30 to 40 temporary exhibitions a year, so there's always something new to come see at the Met. And we want to talk about one major exhibition that we have right now, which is our Harlem Renaissance and Transatlantic Modernism. Who's come to see it already? Yeah, so now you have until July 28th for those that haven't seen it to make sure you come and visit. You need to come more than once. There's so much in that show that you will continue to discover. We have a quick video and then we're going to share a little bit more about the show.
Explore how Black artists in the early 20th century shaped modern art. The Harlem Renaissance and Transatlantic Modernism, a new exhibition now on view at the Met.
How short that was, but I mean, it really is just a teaser, a sizzle for you to come in and be with us. Not only to see the show, but to experience some of the programming that we have on site that celebrates and honors the legacy not only of Harlem, but its tentacles in modern and contemporary as well as abroad. As you know, the Harlem Renaissance, particularly the show, really focuses on everyday modern representations of the self-portraiture of Black Americans in Harlem during the 1920s and the 1940s. And we have over 160 works, paintings, sculptures, film, video, photography. And I think what I want to say about that is that it's not just about what was happening here, it's also about the wide span of the Harlem Renaissance in other cities, but also overseas that we're focusing on. But also understanding that a lot of the contemporary idea of modernism has stemmed from Africanness, Black people, and that shows and is represented within the exhibition as well. And it also honors the legacy of the Great Migration. We're really, really thrilled to say that we have lenders from HBCUs. I know we got some people in the audience who are probably, yeah. So we have works from Clark Atlanta, Hampton, Howard, as well as Fisk as well. And we have a lot of different lenders from the Smithsonian, the National Portrait Gallery, and of course our own Stromberg Center for Research in Black Culture. We have a lot of upcoming programming from June as well as July to, really make sure that we're hitting all access points. And all of these are free. Let me just say that out loud. All of these are free. So if you do have the opportunity, please come join us. We have one program which is called Open Studio, where we invite an artist to come and really showcase their process, but there's also an art making component for the rest of the community. It's always intergenerational. We have one on Saturday, June 8th, which I know is a hot day for programming, but it'll be from 1 to 4 at the Met. We also have another one on June 13th with the Studio Museum in Harlem. It's called Making Ourselves, and we're working with sculpture artists for that one as well. We also have a walking tour on June 22nd with John Reddick. And this one is going to be looking at the relationship between Black communities and Jewish within Harlem. This is our third one of the series. And then we also have in July, another program which is super exciting. July 14th is a Sunday, it's from 1 to 4. We have a collaboration between our family team. We'll have a family day during that time, as well as a community celebration. So we've invited some folks from the community to come and showcase their art, as well as to have different programs and activations. So there'll be talks, there'll be STEP, which is really exciting. I'm excited to see what happens with there, as well as activations on the plaza. We really would love if you all can show up before July 28th, and we'll share more information on how to get in touch with us, as well as you can check out the Met's website to see this information. Thank you. And I'm gonna pass on to Benny.
Last quick thing, as you said, we want you all to come to the Harlem Renaissance Show like 5 times before it closes on July 28th. I've gone to it a lot, and I still keep finding new things, right? So it is an incredible presentation, it's an incredible exhibition. But we also want you to come back after the show. There's lots to see at the Met, and so we hope that, maybe we bring you in for Harlem Renaissance, but we have you keep coming back because we have excellent programming. We have date nights or late nights at the museum. So every Friday and Saturday, the museum is open till 9. Again, it's always pay what you wish for New Yorkers. Drinks are 2 for 1. We have live music. I think we had the Harlem Chamber players there a couple of weeks ago. We'll be having them again. So there's always things happening. Something big if you work with youth, on Friday, May 31st, teens take over the museum. If you want to come and enjoy the museum, as an adult, you probably want to avoid the 31st because there is up to 5,000 teenagers literally taking over the museum. It's a dance party, art making, all kinds of things. And so, of course, if you work with youth, please have them come. There's lots of things going on after school until 9. Additionally, at the museum right now, we do have our Costume Institute show, Sleeping Beauties. So that is a gorgeous show, fashion, art, music. It's a multi-sensory show, one of the first the Met has done. So there is touch, there is smell, there is video. So lots to see in that exhibition as well. Again, if you work with youth or young people, we also have our 81st Street Studio, which is free. And that is a science art play space for young kids. I would say probably like the sweet spot's 4 to 8 in that space. It goes a little older, but the older kids may be done quicker. And then the big thing we also wanted to share is our Arts of Africa is reopening next year in 2025. So we want to make sure that we are sharing that information early so people, in this late spring, early summer, will have more information with the opening dates. But our Arts of Africa, our Arts of Oceania, and our Arts of Ancient America pretty much the global majority, we will be reopening in 2025 with brand new galleries, new displays of all of the art and dialogue and conversation. So we really look forward to continuing to have this community connect with the Met and hope to see you all there. And again, thank you for having us here today. Oh, we have these wonderful postcards, so grab as many as you want. They're on the tables. And you can reach out to us. So my name is on the agenda, and it's just first name dot last name at metmuseum.org. And our offices and our teams partner really closely together so we can, continue to work with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Adele Riley, Executive Director, and Stanley Riley, Assistant Executive Director, Out of the Mouth of Babes. Okay, we're gonna move right on to Paula Ralph Burkett, playwright, Good Light Productions. Hello, thank you so much, Los Rivers and HAA for this opportunity. I am a playwright and I have a play coming out. It's going to be produced by Good Light Productions. They're going to talk in just a moment, but I want to give you guys a quick excerpt of the play. Black American Working Woman is a one-act stage play about a woman's fight to break free of the ties that bind her greatness and leave the plantation in her mind. Scene 1. 3 Black women dramatically quit their jobs. Then a crash. A man screams in pain. A policewoman investigates as a possible assailant in a white hoodie flees the scene. We pick up at the top of scene 2, where Rhonda Watson is about to interview the main character, Tamika L. Johnson. Welcome to BEYT, Beyond Entertainment YouTube Network, with your host, Rhonda Watson. Welcome everybody to BEYT, and welcome to the next episode. We take you deep inside the issues that matter, but with an ETV kind of spin. We're excited to bring a new segment just in time for Black History Month and the top of Women's History Month. It's called Go Ahead, Black Woman. Back in the dark ages of 2020, during the worldwide pandemic, the American workplace experienced the Great Resignation. That's when the world shut down and everyone had a chance to open up their eyes and consider how they were being treated on the job. I did some research and found that Black women were the most likely to consider escaping their employer, but couldn't afford to leave, so they sucked it up and stayed. Some in very toxic environments. Then came the quiet quit wave of 2021-22. That's when those who couldn't afford to leave their jobs did the bare minimum to stay employed. Now, there's little data on those numbers, basically, because who's gonna say I'm gonna do the least on my job to keep a check? But one can infer Black women had high numbers in that category too. So during this special time of year when American minorities are celebrated, we will feature up-and-coming stars who not only kept their jobs, but excelled. Go ahead, Black woman. We start with a real marketing genius from right here in the Boogie Down Bronx, Tamika L. Johnson out of Parkchester. You might not know her name, but can anyone remember the chicken pie chicken sandwich craze last summer? And you thought it was just the algorithm. I told you we go deep here by BEYT. Tamika is joining us over the phone from her corner office. How you doing, Tamika? Sorry you couldn't be here. Thank you. It starts, we're gonna have Carolyn Harrison come up and she's gonna talk about this season.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you, Paula. Good Light Productions is a Black woman-owned business. We're celebrating our 5th season. Paula and I met as award winners of a grant from the New York Arts Council, and she and I have been collaborating on this wonderful play that will be receiving its New York City premiere this summer. Good Light Productions exists to create access and opportunities for underrepresented artists, creatives, designers, directors to find their place in the industry. And we want to shine light on stories that have been in the dark too long. And stories like the main character in this play are familiar to many of us. And this character, Tamika, finds it within herself to take her place, to break the ceiling and to break the chains of generational trauma that have kept her living a smaller version of herself. And so this summer in July, thanks to a grant from the Episcopal Actors Guild, we are going to be hosting 4 performances, July 25th through August 3rd. On August 2nd at the Episcopal Actors Guild, we are hosting a Black Women in Business networking event and post-show engagement. You can find information about our work at goodlightproductions.com. You can also scan the QR code, which will take you directly to the ticket link. We're going to have 4 wonderful performances, so you get 4 opportunities to see Black American working women. And we are also bringing in a playwright from Detroit. There's a renaissance happening in Detroit. Don't miss it, artists. A young woman by the name of Morgan Breon is bringing her solo show to New York City. We are also premiering that. It's called The Danger of Hope, about Black educators who are making a difference in public schools. They are holding the So we're very excited about these 2 playwrights and their transformational work. They're telling stories that are going to change lives for the generations to come. So thank you for using the QR code, going to goodlightproductions.com to learn more about our work, and I'll be hanging around at the end to take questions. Thank you so much.
You can find more information on the flyer, but I also wanted to say a big thank you to Daniel Koa-Beatty and Bosa Rivers about the early 2010s. They did a workshop called Write Your Story or Rewrite Your Story. And the beginnings of Black American Working Woman came from that workshop. So thank you so very much. And now we have Shades of Truth Theater, Trinae, Yashel, and Elizabeth Smith.
I don't need that big. I hope y'all can hear me. Now y'all know me as Jackie Mom Lee. My name is Loretta Mary. Born 1894 in Brevard, North Carolina. Now it's sure is good to be back. Especially since I ain't gonna leave in the first place. Now they say I died of heart attack. I believe it will never be. It's a neck bone. That's what I believe it was. Now, what that you say? How'd I get it happen? Well, they told me, listen to the door, follow the light, and find the hole. Now that's exactly what I did. Jackie, Mom's baby, I have always wanted to meet you. Well, you were probably too old back then, and you're too old now. What's your name, baby? Ella Baker. Ella Baker? Uh-huh. The Ella Baker? Ella Josephine Baker? You know me. I've been a fan of yours for years. Oh. We met after one of your shows, but we never got a chance to talk before. I've been a big fan of yours, and I was sorry to hear about your past. But I was right about you. Well, that's the thing about life, baby. Nobody gets out alive. I read about you from time to time in the paper. Yes, I did. I was proud. I sure was. In 1957, I put in the Reparations Act. I demanded that this country fork over $200 billion to repair the damage done to the children of the enslaved Africans who built this country. And that wasn't but a piece to the lives of the over 100 million Africans that died during the African slave trade. So, imagine what we could have sustained, what we could have built with a foundation to $150. Tell you one thing, sitting around here in 2024, begging for jobs that don't exist. Oh, excuse me, Ella, I gotta go get a fire extinguisher. Oh, is there a fire? Something on fire? Yeah, you. One more fire, girl. I need hot, cold. I can take either lukewarm. I can't stand it. I make me want to spit. You on fire, and that's a good thing. Calm down by that. Well, obviously, you didn't come on, you can't walk. All right.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Trinae Nichelle, and this is Elizabeth Smith. And the play is going to take place on May 31st. That's next Friday, in collaboration with New Heritage Theater Group and Shades of Truth Theater Group with Michael Green. You know, this play, the flyer is out front. This play is about women, and these 6 phenomenal women are the women whose backs we stood on. We're talking about Shirley Chisholm, Ella Josephine Baker, Fannie Lou Hamer, Jackie Moms Maid, Mamie Till Mosley, and Harriet Tubman. But one thing that these women all wanted, like all of us women here want too, is what? What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect, just a little bit, baby. Just a little bit. Come on. Just a little bit. Yeah. Just a little bit. Ooh, I ain't gonna do you wrong while you gone. And I ain't gonna do you wrong, cause I don't wanna. All I'm asking is for a little respect, just a little bit, hey, just a little bit, oh, just a little bit, now, come on, sing it. R-E-S-E-C-T, R-E-S-E-C-T, take care of TTB, oh yeah, a little respect, just a little bit, a little respect, oh, I get tired, yeah, just a little bit, come on now. Now y'all have a great day today, thank y'all for having us.
What an awesome treat, yes. Before we hear closing remarks from Volsa Rivers, I just want to give a special shout out to Temple Jean Fleming, who every single month holds this meeting together like clockwork. So we want to say thank you, we love you. And now Volsa Rivers.
I want to thank all of you for staying. You know, on a day like today, where you could have been using excuses on why you couldn't stay, you all stayed. And for me, that's an affirmation of the work that we're doing and how important it is that we share. Without creative people, thank you and kudos to you ladies, and kudos to the scriptwriter, and kudos to the musicians and the visual artists, all in one space, one family, all together. So as we take our journey, and contributing to Harlem's reputation as a cultural capital of Black America. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Group photo with all the presenters. Come up, please.
Can I get all the presenters up here in the middle, please?
I'm sure you have a lot to do with that. So now smile like y'all get it, bro. All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone, don't forget, whatever pictures you took, please tag the Harlem Arts Alliance, which is now we have a little social media. Please, all your pictures tag us.
Which one is it? White, light-skinned young lady sitting right here? I thought she was just on the step. She was not in the picture, but I'm not gonna go to that. You go to the front desk. Yeah, somebody called my office. I'll tell you. Black women did not Oh, I gotta go to
Carter, this you too? This you? No, this you. This not you? You can stop it now.